Hello and welcome to part 1 of the How to Do Stop Motion series. Today we're taking a look at ease in and ease out, along with a few tips and tricks that can help you really bring life to your stop motions. So, right now I'm in Stop Motion Studio. It is a free app. However, you can buy the upgraded version, which I have, for I believe $6 if you are on Google devices. Right now I am on my computer, which is what I do for all my stop motions. So just download the app and then you should be greeted with just a new movie thing and another test film over here. So you want to go right ahead and click new movie, and then you want to change camera to your actual good camera. I use the Uzano UHD 920 camera. It is a webcam that I use because it's small and can zoom in on smaller things. So, for ease in and ease out, first you want to take a look at the frame rate. So frame rate will help decide what speed you want to go at. So if you go at 5 frames a second, then that means that it is 1 second every 5 frames. So if you go 13, which is a good beginner level, but if I were to really recommend a beginner level, it would be 8 frames a second. I would not recommend going any lower because then it just looks like a really bad slideshow. So 8 frames a second is what you want to go at. So even for this review, I'm still going to go at my usual, which is 18 frames a second. So you can still do all these movements, just tone down a little. So you want to take your character. We are going to be using 86 Ironhide because why not? So in order to do ease in, ease out, the more the pictures, the slower the item. So let's just take our establishing shots. Establishing shots are important because it lets your viewer know where you are, what details to take in, and what's going on. So you want at least 1 second of establishing shots. So you just want to get at least 1 second. So I need 18 pictures. You will probably need 8 pictures if you are going at my recommended frames per second. Well, technically 19 for me because it counts this as a picture. So just keep that in mind. So now what you want to do is you can now begin to move. So let's turn onion skinning on, and this lets you see your past picture. So let's say I just slightly move it. I can still see the last picture, but I know that I am moving now once it's blurry. So now I can move it double that, and now double that, and you continue to double that until you are at your wanted area. So for me, I just want the rims to be next to each other. So that's what we're gonna do. And then once this window right here reaches this grid line right here, I'm going to start slowing down. So I just repeat this process. Image, move, image, move, image, move, image, and right here. So now we are going to take this and have that overlap as we are now slowing down. and then divide by 2. And divide by 2. And bam. And now the reason he slowed down so quick is because, well, brakes are typically faster than acceleration, especially with a van since it's so high mass. But also because it's high mass, it will rock back when it stops. So you want to get 2 frames of him being still. And now you want to rock back. And rock back again. And then take 2 frames. And then rock forward. And then end. And so that is what you want to do with vehicles that are high mass. So now let's just go to normal. And let's watch this. That was a little laggy. Let's watch it again. There we go. And that is ease in and ease out. But let's say you want a bit more of a stop motion feel. You want more of a homemade craft feel. Well, let's set him back to the beginning. And now, let's say you want him to go real fast. So now, you're going to take your establishing shots. And so once you have your establishing shots, now you can just continue to slowly move. And you can take some cotton, which I use a lot in my stop motions. A lot of times it's just a placeholder before I put VFX in. But yeah, you can use cotton and then just place that back there. And it gives it kind of that stop motion feel, but it also looks like smoke. So you got that. So barely moving. And you want to continue this barely moving since you're doing a burnout. You don't want the tires to catch traction because then wouldn't be doing a burnout anymore. I mean, unless you don't want to do a burnout, then I guess you would want your tires to get some traction because, you know, burnouts a lot of the times can get you a ticket. So still not a lot of motion. And then you can get him to speed up. And then you can just basically just mess around with the smoke. Just make a big old glob if you want it. So that just, you want that to you want that to just stay right there as he's accelerating. So that way it gives it the feel that he's kind of just leaving it behind. So you're going to continue and you want it to kind of roll along with him. So as he's picking up speed, it disappears and disappears and disappears. So he did his burnout and now he's done because the cops are after him. So just keep that in mind. And when you're going really fast, you don't really need onion skin. I actually really prefer not using onion skin. I think it just makes it look messy. But you can if you find it helpful. So now, let's watch what we got. So we got our first animation of ease in and ease out, and now we have the burnout. So just watch as he slowly shoots forward. And bam. So that is also how you do burnouts. And since we're already here, why not? Let's say we have Optimus Prime, right? And you still want that feel of, you know, like homemade, stop motion, cool film. Well, what if I told you, my dear friend, you can use the exact same stuff? Now, I'm not going to get into walking. That is going to be next episode. You can get a lot of these tripods for real cheap, like $19 on Amazon. It's not too expensive. So, now that you have this, let's just say you want him to be shooting at some Decepticons. So you can have him right here, right? And then what you can do is if you grab something like a flashlight, and then you can just take it, and so I have a blue flashlight, and so you can either aim it directly at that, which I guess isn't too unrealistic, but what I would prefer to do is just shine it this way, so that way it's just barely hitting that, and then you just want to make it hit the perfect angle to where it still lights him up. And then take that picture, and now what you can do is do that, but also you can take the cotton, and if you twirl it up into something longer like that, if I can actually get it on there, there we go. Now this cotton should actually absorb a lot of it, and picture, and then you can remove it, and then still picture, and then remove the flashlight, turn it off, and then bam, pictures. And if you look down there, that looks like a muzzle flash. So he just shot a Decepticon, that's what he did. So we got ease in, ease out, all that crap, and bam, look at that. He shot somebody. Well, that's going to wrap it up for today's episode. I guess next video is going to be walk cycles and maybe transformations. Not sure yet since I don't have the script. Well, without further ado, see you in the next one.